In the latest Nintendo Direct, Nintendo showed off some pre-E3 goodies about the Wii U, and buried within all the hoopla was a few seconds of what is presumably the system's first Mario game. Now this may not actually be the first we've seen in this game, as Nintendo showed off something called New Super Mario Bros. Melee last year, so either this is an evolution of that title, or perhaps something that replaces it entirely. Either way, we're going to do what we do best and analyze the hell out of those 15 seconds or so. Right off the bat, you can tell this game is going to be filled to the brim with classic Mario elements. Of course, the usual enemies like Piranha Plants, Koopa Troopas, and Goombas are all back. And then there's the other series mainstays like coins, blocks, and the flagpoles. So nothing too shocking yet. And if you look a little deeper, you'll notice something that looks familiar in the background. The very far background. Peach's castle. With it being set so far in the background, perhaps you'll actually see it shrink as you play later stages in the game that are located farther away. This could add a unique sense of place by providing context to where exactly in the Mushroom Kingdom you really are. What if late in the game you actually could see Bowser's castle grow in the background as you got closer? Sounds pretty cool, right? This is supported by the fact that there are a ton of fully three-dimensional layers in the background, offering a sense of scope that far exceeds any previous 2D Mario game. Watch the background closely as we speed up the footage to see what we mean. You should now easily be able to see the different layers, and that the backgrounds are much more than just two-dimensional pictures. And if you look really close, you'll notice that even the cloud's shadows appear to roll across the landscape. In fact, this level of detail suggests that the levels may feature a high degree of interactivity between the foreground and background, similar to Donkey Kong Country Returns. We can already picture having to dodge bullet bills fired from a doom ship in the background, kinda like this scene from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Okay, that about covers everything we can find in the main game itself, but let's take a look at what happens when Mario dies. A whole bunch of comments appear from other people actually playing the game, lamenting their deaths as well. This new social feature goes well beyond anything ever seen in a Mario game before, or really any Nintendo game before, and it seems to carry over to the world map as well. As you can see, comments left by other players about a given level actually appear next to it on the world map. This could be useful for offering clues to friends before they even start a difficult level. Speaking of which, the very messages displayed here, which were presumably left by Nintendo employees, seem to offer some hints about the gameplay itself. Check out the one by Thomas that suggests a raccoon or tanuki suits are back, which makes sense given that we already know they're going to appear in New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Nintendo 3DS later this year. Then check out the one by Catherine bragging about completing the level in under 100 seconds. This one also appears next to a gold-colored box. It looks suspiciously like it might be an achievement like on Xbox 360 or PS3. Then there's Michael's message, which straight up tells us he can catch a lift with a balloon-riding baby Yoshi. Doesn't that sound adorable? And finally there's Sharon's message, which tells us, yup, there's lava in this game. Now let's back out here a bit and take a look at the world map itself. You may have noticed that while it retains the general style of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the scale and scope appear closer to Super Mario World. For one, it appears that branching paths make a return, as well as castles and Super Mario Bros. 3 style toad houses. And like the backgrounds, the world map appears to be very detailed. Like, what's that gold pipe about? We wouldn't be surprised to find clues on the world map that correspond to secrets in the actual levels. Okay, and that wraps up our analysis of what we've seen of Mario on the Wii U. And like always, let us know if we missed anything by posting in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned to GameXplain.com for more on this game as we tackle it at E3.